Hello? There we go. I guess I had to be rebooted. The machine had to be rebooted, but we're back. Anyway, welcome. I'm Tarot Oracle, and this here for free live tarot readings. What's going on? CM, Mary, Tara, Eric, Tracy's Randomness, Twinkle, I almost said Tinkle, Marina, Chelsea, X, Zena, Eric, and Tammy, Paula. We got quite a few people here. What's going on, everybody? This is some live tarot reading, so that's good. KSW, it's good that you can hear me because I'm not really sure why, but the machine needed to be rebooted. So the mic caster, basically the audio processor I have for the microphone needed to be rebooted. Anyway, well, that's good. Maddie, welcome. What is going on? All right, we got, let's see, you got your Thoth Tarot deck tomorrow. Bart, that's going to be a good thing. Bart, we have a complete Thoth Tarot course. I'm just saying, that is what's coming, the complete Thoth Tarot course. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. The Tasty Tarot is out. By the way, if you don't have the Tasty Tarot yet, it is available on Kickstarter, link in the chat. And rules for the stream, oops, there's no list. Donations take priority, and then I read at random. Anyway, I saw a good question that I wanted to do. Boo-boo, what is going on? I like the cloth you have on tonight. Maddie, thank you. This was from Etsy. Reading was accurate once again. That is good. Does he miss me? Will he come back? Tracy's Randomness had a good question. Somebody was on drugs. There we go. Will the cap continue to ruin our future? And with the drugs and everything else? Well, let's find out about that. That's a good question. That's a good question. That's like one of those heartfelt questions. You like, it gets the heartstrings. It pulls them in a little bit. Let's see about that. What's a good drug deck? Oh, there's a lot of good drug decks, I'm sure. I don't know. I guess we'll go with the forest creatures. The forest creatures of the oak, ash, and thorn, those are not exactly drug friendly, but I mean, they could be, I guess. It could be one of those things, you know what I mean? Kitty, what is going on? How you doing? All right, so we got a drug problem apparently, and want to know if that's going to be resolved, or they going to continue to smoke the crack or whatever else they're doing. Let's see about all that and see what's going on. Okay, well, the Five of Pentacles doesn't look good. Ace of Swords, the World, and Strength. That's an interesting combination. I'm getting this a lot lately, just Strength with the World just sort of hovering around there. I don't think that they see it, they see it as not a problem. I don't think that they really sort of see it as a problem at all. It seems like that they're on the right track according to them. So, I mean, there you go. Anything with psychedelic colors. Speaking of which, I have a good card coming out for that. But yeah, Strength. It just seems that they seem to know what they're doing. They're not just wandering around and trying to figure out things and sort of discovering it. I think they found their answer. It seems they're pretty comfortable with what they're doing, with how it's going. They seem to be comfortable with all of that stuff. Lady G, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is definitely something that they don't see any problems with. You have the World right next to it. This combo sort of points to the fact that I don't really see anything as being a problem. If you have a problem, maybe, maybe it's not me type of thing. But yeah, the Strength into the World. Ace of Swords says they're not really, they're not really in a position to where that they really want to be judged, I guess. I think that's one of the main things here is they don't want to be judged. They want to do what they do. They just want support. They want love or whatever they need. And they really don't want to be judged or be forced to do something or forced to change something that they sort of enjoy doing. Five of Pentacles says it does come back to haunt them. You know what I mean? Drugs aren't cheap. Drugs ravage your body and whatnot. So the Five of Pentacles, it does come back to haunt them eventually. But, for the meantime, it seems to be their choice. It seems to be what they want to do. And this is how they want to be doing it. So, it just seems like there's not a lot of room for them to change. They don't see change as a necessity here at all. So at least that's what the cards say. Entertainment purposes only, obviously. So there we go. There we go with a little entertainment and all that. All right, nice deck. Yeah, it's an Oak, Ash, and Thorn. There's so many freaking decks on Kickstarter, man. I've lost track of like I was going to make a video on what I backed on Kickstarter and what I wanted to pre-order for 2021, and it's like 100 tabs of stuff. I'm like, man, I mean, eventually, eventually you got to ease up on the tarot. I think Kitty had the right solution to sort of ease up on the tarot. All right, LG, after exams, are we talking? Is that going to be a thing? Are we going to be communicating? Looking for some swords here would be great for that. Do a little Anna K action on there. The Anna K is where it's at. But yeah, I do want to do a video on things I'm excited about in 2021 and all that stuff. So I guess that'll be the next news video, is what I'm excited about in 2021. Next news video is not for like 9 days. So the tabs are going to give even more tabs of more stuff that's coming out that's sort of interesting and fun and all that. Anyway, original insights. What is going on? Donated through the link. All right. Well, thank you, Original Insights, for your donation. I got it. Yeah, Katrina, I appreciate that. Let me know what your question is. Question: what would Cain say to me if he could? Please, no sugarcoating. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll do the no sugarcoating decks. We got plenty of those. We got the Thoth deck. The Thoth is not a sugarcoating deck. It gets to you pretty rough. It hands over the info with no regard to emotions or consequences. So there you go. That is the soul. By the way, if you ever get a private reading from me, I only use Thought. Like, that's the only thing that I use in a private reading. That's it. You'll never see me pull out another deck in a private reading. All right. Let's see what's happening with that. After the exams, are we going to talk or not? Oh, the Chariot. The Chariot. It says they don't really want to move on from that. I think they do want to talk. Eric, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I think they do indeed want to talk. Now, obviously, we have the choices card here. We have a bit of sort of a landscape trying to figure things out. And I think they do rely on you for that as well. I mean, it seems like the exams have launched us into another arena, someplace else that we want to go, someplace else that could be of interest for us. And they definitely want your opinions and want your insights to that. Now, when I said swords, I meant swords. And here you go. You got the King of Swords. And then you got the Page of Pentacles sort of upside down. I think they want to talk, but I think they want to talk on more of a temporary level. I don't think they really want to move forward with a lot of anything, right? We have the Chariot upside down. Sort of feels like we don't really want to move forward with a lot of stuff. We just want to just do our own thing, be a little bit separated with that. KD, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But it doesn't seem like they want to move forward with stuff. Do they want to talk? Absolutely. Do they want to sort of converse? Do they want to sort of get together maybe? Sure. But again, they're sort of trying to figure out a pathway of where to go and what to do. And I think you're part of that figuring it out, or you're part of that decision-making process where they want to sort of discover what's out there, what's going on. And after the exams, they have some decisions to make. And I think your input is valuable to them on making those decisions. Again, but we have the Page of Pentacles, the Rock of Rock, the Earth of Earth upside down means not really looking for anything steady or anything like that. Just sort of, just a little bit of a casual interaction there going. All right. KD, is L's Love Life hexed? Well, the Bohemian Gothic. See, KD knows what decks I use. KD's got it down there. KD knows if we are hexed, we are going with the Bohemian. KD already knows. All right. Hexed or not? Let's see about that. Let's see, the Love Life hexed. I don't know. I always say, if you're gonna make a voodoo doll for me, make sure that it's not fat, because I did lose a lot of weight. So if you're gonna make a voodoo doll and you watch my old videos and you're like, his arms and hands look quite plump, and then you're all excited making the voodoo doll and stuffing it full, you need to take some stuffing out, because it's just not going to be all right. It's not going to be correct. You need to remove stuffing, because I lost 240 pounds. So you need to remove all of that stuffing. And the good news is stuffing is not cheap. So you get to save money on the stuffing. I'm not saying make it skin and bones. I mean, it is a voodoo doll after all. But you do have to put a little bit in there. But you don't have to just splurge. You know, when you're at the Michaels and they're like, can I help you? And you're like, yes, I'm making a voodoo doll. I need stuffing. And they say that's on aisle 13. You know what I mean? You don't want to go crazy in aisle 13. All right, let's see about that. If we are hexed or not. If we are hexed or not. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, man. Let's see. The King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. I think they're running in circles. We sort of have that, right? We have the King of Cups reversed, not really sort of getting into it, not really enthusiastic about it. I think they get enthusiastic about stuff, they get bored of it. So it's like, I'm really enthused about this. I need to go do this. I need to go embark upon this love adventure. And then they're like, okay, I'm bored. Where's the next adventure? And you can sort of get there, right? We get the Knight of Swords going in without a plan. I'm just going to haul in. I'm going to hope for the best. I don't really have anything planned. No, really, this is sort of an adventure, just going to wing it, right? I'm going to work on it, though. This is interesting to me for the moment. Maybe this particular person is interesting, but I just sort of get bored with that. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, I'm not really looking for anything that's going to be permanent, at least not yet. I did have it in mind over here, but as I sort of got on the mouse wheel, I'm just going in circles and not really making any forward progress. King of Cups says as well, the emotions are going back and forth, not really sure what to do. I get confused halfway into the process, just not making any forward progress. I just think that they're going in circles. Bottom line, we're going in circles, not really making anything big as far as progression. So, you know what I mean? It's like when you're in World of Warcraft and you go into a raid and everybody leaves because the raid's too hard and you never make any progression. It never happens. And that's one of the things which we just don't do. So I think the person is on a mouse wheel. Do I see any possession? Do I see any hexing? I don't see anybody hexing anybody on here. I just don't. This is a good hex deck too. I just don't see so many good hexing options. I just don't see it at all. But yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to go with no. As Austin Powers says, how about no? Okay. All right. Let's go for Katrina's question. Katrina wants to know, what would Cain say if he could? What would Cain say if he could? Can he not talk? Is he tied up in the basement, or like what's going on here? Inquiring minds do want to know. Inquiring minds want to know why can't he talk? But we're going to go with, like I said before, the Thoth, because the Thoth does not sugarcoat. The Thoth is going to give it to you pretty brutal, actually. But it sounds like that's what you want to hear. So we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. I wanted to make a plunger coffee, but ran out waiting for delivery. A new Pug coffee samples, groceries tomorrow. I have no idea what you're talking about. Losing some internal organs there. I mean, it could be. It could be. You know, you need a stuffing a voodoo doll results in pretty bad carnage if it actually worked. I don't know. I think if voodoo dolls, actually work, then we have a lot of society itself would be drastically different, but that's just me. That's just me. Don't hex me because I said that, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see about what is going on here. So Cain apparently may be tied up in a basement somewhere, and if they could talk, what would they say? What would they say indeed? All right, let's see about that. Oh, Ace, Fool, got a little bit of a Knight. Knight of Wands is kind of an evil card if you think about it, actually. Okay, well, number one, it's like all fire. We got fire everywhere. This is a fiery, hot reading. I mean, if we wanted to get a flamey reading, go up in flames, down in flames, whatever direction you're going when you're in flames, this is going to be it because we are filled with fire. What does that mean? That means that they are a bit passionate about whatever the hell it is. They are a bit passionate about that. I don't think that they would mince words. And I think you already figured that out. That's why you wanted the Thoth in the first place. I don't think they would miss words at all. I think that they're very passionate about something, and I think that something may have to deal with you. Now, it almost like that they were forced to go on some little adventure they didn't really want to go on. First off, we'll see that with the Fool around a bunch of fiery action. Fool says, okay, I'll go on an adventure. I have no idea what the hell's on the other end of it, but sure, let's go. Let's go. Let's go on the adventure if I have to do that. But it almost seems like they were forced into it. We got the ace right before it. It's like I didn't really want to go, but I was sort of pushed into it, maybe just sort of shoved into it. Not exactly the biggest thing in the world. I think the adventure was really sort of started on the wrong foot as well. But hey, there it goes. Ace into the fool is sort of a fiery start to that. In other words, we got to get it going pretty quick. This is going to be something that that does need to be done quickly if possible, but I don't think it's really possible to do that. We do have a fast motion card, and whatnot. In some books, this actually means literal death. So I'm kind of wondering if they are gone and deceased and not with us. And I say that because there is one book in particular that actually says the Knight of Wands means literal death. It's like the only card in the deck that actually means that. Kozai and Sabrina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, sort of we're in that realm. So I'm kind of wondering if they're not tied up in the basement, but in fact they are maybe underneath the basement. I don't know. But we do have a lot of fiery action. So they're definitely sort of pretty passionate about something. Definitely sort of in a direction to where they want that passion to be expressed. I think that they were in a position where they couldn't express it properly, though. It's like, I want to express all of this fire. I have all of this fire pent up. I have all of these things pent up. I got all these things going on, but at the end of the day, I just can't express it. I'm sort of muted from that. And that's why we have the Queen, this control card, a control card. Holding on to the lion's got a little bit of the strength feel. No, it's not the strength card, but it's got a little bit of the strength feel. Holding on to the lion, sometimes for support, sometimes for manipulation, sometimes for just thought control. Not as bad as a thought control as that freaking Queen of Swords, but whatever, we're going to go with it. But at the end of the day, again, they were very passionate about something. They want to express that. They don't want to be controlled. They didn't want to go on this adventure. Seems like they were forced into it. It does seem like that there were some consequences for the adventure. It definitely something where there's a lot of regret in the first place. Definitely something where if they could do it over, they would definitely do it over. And something where if they could find a way to express themselves, they would. But the main piece of the puzzle seems to be, don't force me to do something, especially not go on an adventure that I didn't want to go for in the first place. And there you go. There's the thought interpretation of your question. Let me know if let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes with all of that. All right. Eric has a question, but I have no idea what it is because I didn't pay attention to chat. Let me scroll up and see what Eric's question is. Got Lady G, got a KD. Okay, got Eric. So Eric made a donation. Let's scroll around for Eric's question. I do not see it. Eric, what is your question? Let me know. Still scrolling. Maybe Eric put it late. No, Eric, I need your question if you have one. Thank you for your donation either way. I greatly appreciate that. In the meantime, we will go to KD's question. Well, he pays me what he owes me. Ooh. I have no idea. I'm talking to someone named Mary. I have no idea. There is a Mary in chat. Does he regret what he did? What he pays me? What he owes me? Okay, we'll go with, will I get a paycheck for what they owe me? Or is KD going to have to beat them like they owe her money? I have no idea. All right. No, they're alive. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. Let's see about that. With the... we don't have the Tasty Tarot quite yet, so we're going to use my other deck, which is, by the way, the Waterfall Tarot. I got 3 of these left, so if you want one with a box, there's only 3 left. I might reprint it next year, like late next year. I might reprint it. I don't know. I might put it back on Kickstarter as a version 2 or something. Make some tweaks to it. I have no idea. We'll see. I like being on Kickstarter. I mean, I got to admit, I like being on Kickstarter. It's kind of fun to watch. You wake up and you watch and you see if anybody else is on there. You see if anybody else supported you. It's kind of fun, I guess. Anyway, so let's see. Well, he pays me what they owe me and used Dark Mansion, and I didn't. It actually says Dark Mansion on the screen, and I didn't. I used the wrong one. Nate, what is going on? Good to see you. All right. This is how rumors get started. Could be. It could be indeed. Let's see. Pays me what he owes me. The king and the king and the 10 and the queen. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they're going to promise you the heavens and not deliver it at all. And not deliver it at all. The 10 of cups. Look at KD. Look. I know I owe you money. I know I owe you money from the money trick. And if I could, KD, if they're going to say, KD, if I could, because I only have $5 and that's all I got. And KD's like, wait a minute, you know the money trick. You could make it go like that and you could make it $100. You could if you wanted to, but it seems like you just don't want to. It seems like you just have a lot, and they're going to promise you the world. They're going to promise you that they will turn $5 into 100, and they're just not going to deliver. Katie, I think they're full of a lot of good emotions and good promises that come along with that. The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Look at the KD. I'm going to pay you what I owe you. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Eric, I will come back to you. Why can't I let him go? All right, Eric, we'll do that. Yeah, KD, I'm going to pay you what I owe you. The Queen of Pentacles, we're going to be rich. You're going to be, you're going to be there. And there's a lot of reassurances, a lot of promises. But at the end of the day, the King of Wands reversed. I'm just not going to do it. The King of Swords. But I don't like conflict. I don't like conflict. So I'm going to keep promising you. We're going to keep dragging it out. I'm going to keep delaying as long as I possibly can. I don't like that conflict. Let's sort of, get along. But basically, no, you're not going to get it. All right. That's at least that's it. At least that is it. Why can't I let him go? All right. We're going to do that. Eric, why can't I let him go? Let's see about that. Why can't we let them go? We just want to release, like the Wilson Phillips song, Release Me. We just want to release them. You know what I mean? That's all we want in life, just to release. No pun intended. Does he regret what he did? Sarah wants to know. Cappy, thank you for your 2 donations. I appreciate that. Whoop his ass. That's it. KD, you just got to go over there and give him a swift kick in the butt. Just give him a swift kick and do that. By the way, the waterfall tarot. Okay. Let's see what is going on. Why can't we let them go? The 4 of Cups. Well, you can't find a substitute. That's the first problem. We got to get some water first here. You're not finding a good substitute. That's the first problem. The 4 of Cups, we're being offered a bunch of things that we just don't like. We're being offered things we just don't enjoy, don't like. King of Pentacles, we're trying. We're really trying sometimes. Sometimes we really try to let them go. But the devil comes back. I think that they were just interesting enough that, you kind of want them back. It's a little bit of that, They have a little bit of the spice. So they're not boring. They're not predictable. A lot of times they do things that are totally unexpected. And does that tick you off? Sure. That does make you angry sometimes. But I think that little bit of devil inside, just like the In Excess song, says that, they're interesting. As a bottom line, they're interesting. I think they have something that hooks you. They have something that they can offer that is interesting, that is sort of thrilling, that makes you sort of be a little bit unexpected journey on that. But the King of Pentacles, at the end of the day, they also offer you some security that you can't really get anywhere else. The 4 of Cups says that, we haven't been able to find a substitute that's going to be acceptable because, again, their uniqueness and whatnot. High Priestess, at the end of the day, it's as with everything, it's just a matter of time, and you just sort of got to relax and move forward, and even if you can't find a replacement, you just got to go your own way type thing. But there you go. All right. And what else do we got? Did he regret what he did? And is he coming back? Uh-oh, something bad happened for Sarah. Sarah, let's see if he did regret what he did. Does that make sense? Maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know. All right. Does he regret what he did? Let's see. I think that a good one for this would be, Yeah, a good one for this would be a little Ciro Marchetti action with the Encore Tarot. The Encore Tarot. You'll hex his ass. You got to do that. You got to do that. Go to Michael's and get some stuffing for a voodoo doll. The Michael's, I think it's on aisle 13 or something. I don't know. Michael's has a 40% off coupon that you could use too. You could save 40% on voodoo doll stuffing. You know what I mean? Not sponsored. Okay. Does he regret it? Yeah, but he knows that he's in charge. That's for sure. So the world upside down, he does regret a little bit of it, But there's that mixed bag of I regret it versus, at the end of the day, it worked out for me. The Emperor says they definitely have a bit of the in charge feel. Not only were they able to do something that, you think they should regret, but you want them back. That means the Emperor says that they have a bit of control over you. They got a bit of that puppeteering thing going on where you want them back and you're all excited about that stuff. The world says they do regret some of it. Not all of it, though. I mean, if they didn't do it, you wouldn't want them back. You know what I mean? It seems that you wouldn't want them back if they didn't do at least some part of that is how it goes. The Eight of Cups says they definitely don't want to work on it. In other words, they don't want to get this big... They don't want to get, how do you know what to do? Aisle 13. I have no idea. The Eight of Coins says that they don't want to work on it. They want to be a little bit lazy. So if they're going to come back, they want to make sure and wait until you're primed and ready for them to come back. So the Eight of Coins, I don't want to call you and say, okay, I'm sorry, and let's bring this stuff up. When they're going to call you, they're going to be like nothing happened. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, what's up? You're going to be like, what do you mean, what's up? What the hell's wrong with you? What, you just did this other stuff over here. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay. Like that. And then you're going to be really upset. I'm just saying. You're going to be really upset because you want an apology. Are you going to get it? Absolutely not. Do they regret it, though? At the end of the day, the world upside down says, yes, they do have a bit of regret going into the situation. But again, you want them back. So something's working. Something's working in the grand scheme of things. At the end of the day, the Six of Cups says they're going to give you a little bit more time. Before they contact you. So, yeah. I think that they want to contact you to see your temperature and to find out what's up, and they will be contacting you, but it's going to be at a bit of a delay. So there we go. There you go. What else is going on? Sabrina, general love for this month. Sabrina needs a little love this month. For this month. I mean, this month we're down, 6 days? We're down 6-7 days so far. So it's running its course. This month is running its course. Let's get a love reading with everyone's favorite, the Mons Tarot. The Mons Tarot is going to be the magical deck right here. See what is happening with all of that good stuff. Hi there. Hi there as well, Kristen. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's good to see all of you here. Joining me on a Sunday night when you could be watching some football. Man, that game. So the noon games were canceled. So I had a 3 o'clock game with the Seahawks. It was the most boring game I think I've ever seen in my entire life. But there is that, the Seahawks, and that was really, really dull. I haven't seen a game that dull since the Dallas Cowboys game. I'm just saying. All right. Sabrina, general love for this month. The Wheel of Fortune. It seems like what you're going to get is what you always get this month. I mean, we do have a Cycles card with the Wheel of Fortune. By the way, get my book if you wonder what a Cycles card is and whatnot. I explain the whole thing in there. Link in the description. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune said you're going to get what you always get this month. Not a big month for changes. I do think that we meet somebody new, though. The Lovers says we have some sort of a fresh relationship. I think it's going to be somebody comes back from the past and whatnot. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But the Lover says that we do have somebody coming back from the past, sort of sneaking in, right? The Lover is an interesting card. It's not like a Two of Cups, which would be somebody new. The Lover is a sort of somebody that's established, somebody's coming back, especially where you have the Hanged Man. It seems that they've had a major life event. It's almost like they had either like a heart attack or some big life event or some huge change in how everything goes in their life. The Hanged Monster, they have a different perspective, and they're sort of looking at things from a different perspective as well. I think they sort of come back and hit you up and be like, hey, you know, it's Sabrina, what's going on type thing. The Six of Swords says it could lead to something. Obviously, it depends on if both parties want to go forth. But the Six of Swords is a movement card. As we're sort of moving forward, we're in a boat together, we're in as a crew, and we're sort of piling on and rounding out the adventure into something new and different, right? So we do have an adventure sort of in place if that's going to be something that you want to do. But again, somebody coming back had a major life event and definitely wants to go on a little adventure. I think it could be maybe a vacation together, anything like that, if you so want or whatever. But the Wheel of Fortune says for the most of the month, we're just sort of in the same course as we have. So it's just sort of a regular day-to-day activity. We wake up, we do what we always do, you know? Not a lot of huge, massive changes or anything like that as far as going in there. Kozaya wants to know, what does O really feel about me? Let's figure that out. Can I copy that to clipboard? Is that going to be a thing? Let's see. General love, Kozaya, could see. Okay. There we go. What does O really feels about me? Let's think of that. What's going to be a good what somebody feels about me deck? Okay. Let's see. How about the... Oh, it is about time for the Bonefire Tarot. I do enjoy me some Bonefire Tarot for sure. See if this person loves you. See if they're going to get you some hearts. See if they are going to get you some big kisses just in time for the holidays. Let's see what's going on with all of that. They feel about you. Is it going to be there? Is it going to be the thing? I don't know. All right. The Five of Cups, the World, but the Ace of Cups and oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. But they like you. They think that you're neat. They think that you're interesting. They think that you have stuff going on. They do sort of have a feeling of, you know, this is an interesting person. But it doesn't look like a whole lot of romance is in the prospects. The Two of Cups is reversed, that uniting feel that we have with the two, where we're coming together. We have that Venus and Cancer feel to where we have a lot of good opportunities for love and action and moving forward and getting stuff done. The Ace of Cups, the new adventure with emotions, where we have some emotional connection, have some good possibilities and all that stuff. Both these things are reversed. It just looks like we're having problems getting this sort of started, getting this booted up. It seems to be a difficult thing. The World says they really like you, though. They think that you're nice. They like you. They like being around. They think that you have some interesting things going on. Overall, I think they have a lot of positive aspects about you. The Five of Cups, the Lord of Disappointment. It's like they're trying to avoid. It's the Mons Tarot. It's on Etsy. Search Etsy for the Mons Tarot. The Five of Cups reverse says it's like they don't want to disappoint. In other words, they feel that if we got into something, if we move forward with something, if we crank started something, at the end of the day, both of you would be disappointed. I think they sort of feel that there is a bit of a conflict there with, I want to do something, it could be interesting, the person's nice, but at the end of the day, there could be a bit of a disappointment if we go forward with that. Plus, just not feeling it emotionally as well. So, you know, there you go. We have a difficulty getting it moving emotionally, getting it going. All right, Sabrina, what would N say to me if we could? What is this? Is this one of those? Is this one of those? Is this one of those? What would X say to me if they could? Are they tied up in the basement or are they deceased? I mean, why can't they say anything to you? I don't know. Sabrina, what would N say to me if they could? Let's check it out. Maybe I need a dedicated deck for that. Maybe I needed a dedicated deck for that. I don't know. Maybe a deck called, what would they say if they could? Maybe it has some sayings on it. Like, you could put it together. One card would be hello. Another card would be maybe tomorrow. And the next card would be we can talk. You know what I mean? There you go. You put them all together. And if they could, they would say these 9 things to you. That would be kind of a fun. That actually would be kind of a fun deck. Somebody make that. Somebody make that. It's like a deck of cards that form a sentence. So if we have somebody that says, what would they say to me if they could? You break out this deck of cards. And on one card, it would be like tomorrow. The next card, it would be maybe we can. And then the next card is have sex or something like that. You know what I mean? And there you go. And that way you just put all these together and it could form a sentence. Okay. Let's see. What would they say to me if they could? Well, we do not have that fancy deck that I'm thinking of, but you know, the 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the High Priestess. Okay, you know, number 1, we're having a rough time. We had a rough time. We thought maybe we could recover from it. We could shake it off. We could go forward and not have a rough time. At the end of the day, we kind of had a rough time. I mean, you know, we had the 5 of Pentacles. It seems that we were poor. We did. By the way, the Vox Arcana Tarot. It seems that we were poor. We didn't have everything that we needed. We had a lot of things missing. There were a lot of missing pieces to the puzzle that we needed, but we just didn't have it at the end of the day. The Knight of Swords. I do want to hurry up with it, though. I do want to sort of get into this 10 of Wands situation. I like getting into situations I can't control because it gives me a sense of adventure. It sort of tells us where we want to go, tells us how we want to do it, and it gives us a bit of a spice and adventure as far as that. The Knight of Swords is sort of a hurrying card. It's sort of the swiftness feel, not literally swiftness, but it's a hurrying card, getting it in, getting a rapid motion, and sort of having fun with all of that stuff. So the Knight of Swords points to, yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind getting it done, getting on an adventure. The 10 of Wands says we want to go into someplace unexpected. So the 10 of Wands is the sort of the encumbrance card where we're biting off more than we can chew, but it is about starting a new adventure as well. In numerology, we're looking at a 1, a little bit of a 1 adventure, getting something started. We do want to get something started that's going to be a little bit adventurous. It's kind of like a Walmart Fool card in a lot of different ways, right? Especially next to the High Priestess. It's sort of like that they know something you don't. And I think that you want to know it. They want to share something with you. They have a lot of knowledge and whatnot that they wanted to share. They have a lot of things that went unsaid. And at the end of the day, they wouldn't mind just sort of catching up and letting you know exactly what's going on. So there we go. I don't like that. That is the ugliest box in tarot. There's no box uglier than the Vox Arcana Tarot box. That is for sure. Cappy, why does Aquarius hasn't texted me all these days? Cappy, let's see about that. What's going on with the Aquarius? What's wrong with the Aquarius, Cappy? Not texting. What are they doing over there? They got somebody else. They got somebody else going on. I think you asked that in another reading, though. We'll use the Divine. We use the Tarot of the Divine, and hopefully we can get some hearts up in here. Get a few hearts, you know. Say, why haven't they contacted me? Do they still love me? Do they still love me? I mean, I'm just saying. Looked at her cat oracle. I don't think I've seen her cat oracle. Is that the other one she had on the Kickstarter? She did the newest Mons Tarot Kickstarter. She had another deck up there. I didn't buy it because it was so damn expensive. It's like $50. And then I'm supposed to buy both of them for like $45 each. Ouch. Ouch. It looks almost exactly like the Mons Tarot. I didn't like it. Anyway, let's see what's going on with all of that. Why are they not texting? The 7 of Cups, they have other options. The 2 of Cups, they have some other options indeed. The 7 of Coins and the 3 of Coins. It just seems like that they have other options at this point. Maybe in love, maybe in opportunities. We do have the 2 of Cups pointing to other options, pointing to some stuff going on. You know, a little bit of that love action. We have the 7 of Cups looking at indeed other options emotionally because it is Cups after all. We have a lot of different things going on. We're juggling a lot of different things trying to figure out sort of where we're going to go next, right? We have the Seven of Coins, sort of digging a hole, planting things, trying to get some things started, trying to get more things going on. So there we go. They have other items going. It may be a little bit of a romance. The Two of Cups says we may have met somebody sort of interesting. The Three of Coins at the end of the day, it is about appearances. They are worried about appearances. So yeah, that is going to be a thing here. If it's going to make them look bad to contact you, if it's going to make them look like they're begging for attention, you know, they're definitely not gonna be doing that. So definitely sort of watch the hills for that kind of thing. So there we go. All right. Oh, the Whispering Spirits Tarot. I think that was it. I don't know. It didn't turn me on. It's one of those things where I'll spend $50 for one deck if it's unique enough, but man, I could buy 2 decks for that $50. I don't want to buy 2 decks for $100. All right, Cappy, how interested in the Aquarius? Will he be back? How interested is he in me? Well, I kind of just answered that, but we'll go with the other one here. Interested or no? What is going on with that? Lee J or Lay J, welcome. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us on the stream. You just missed the magic trick. You missed the magic trick, Lee. You missed it. You're missing all the good stuff over here, but we still got more tarot to go. We are rocking the tarot tonight. So that is a thing. That is a thing. By the way, this is the Gregory Scott Tarot. You know what I mean? All you need in life is a little bit of the Gregory Scott Tarot. All right, DK, I'm here to learn to read. Well, that's good. You came to the right place, DK. We have 1,500 freaking videos that teach you how to read tarot. So this is, I think we got the most tarot videos on TarotTube. I think, mainly because the nightly streams really sort of bump it up. But I've been around for 11 years, by the way, in case you wonder. Okay. Are they interested or no? 7 of Wands, ouch. 6 of Cups, the 9 and the 8 of Pentacles. I mean, I think they're still interested, but again, they have other things going on as per the previous reading. The 7 of Wands, sort of a defensive feel. I think, again, they're trying to juggle multiple people at once, trying to sort of figure out how things fit in as far as all that is concerned. I think they do have some hesitation or trepidation as far as contacting you, getting into some things with you. So the 7 of Wands does have some delay, some sort of a feel with that. 6 of Cups, they wouldn't mind keeping in touch. 6 of Cups is sort of an interesting one. It's not a 2 of Cups. It's not a Lovers. It does feel like we're still making a connection, but more on a casual type basis, nothing like super serious or anything like that, right? The 9 and the 8 of Pentacles says, I want the reward without the work. If I can get the reward from Cappy Ram, then that's what I want. But I don't want to put much effort into it. I really don't want to just have to do a lot of work, have to do a lot of preparation, have to do a lot of stuff in order to you know what I mean? In order to get that done. Anyway, Amanda, how many decks does he have in the display? I have 70 decks. Amanda, I have good news. You, Amanda, can make this beautiful tarot tower. I have a fully instructional video on my YouTube. And Amanda, it only costs $20. I'm not even kidding. You can make this for $20. Obviously, you know, the tarot's a little bit extra, but you can make the display for only $20. It only takes like an hour and a half. So anyway, instructions on my YouTube channel, search for Tarot Tower. Tarot Tower, and I give you fully decked out. And while you're at Michael's, you can get some voodoo doll stuffing. We had voodoo doll discussions over there a while back. Kristen had a question. We'll have a better opportunity in January. Kristen, let's see about your better opportunity. Hopefully we can get you in one. Get you a better opportunity indeed. Get something going there. Grace, hello to you. What is going on? All right. Kristen wants to know better opportunity in January. You know, I hope so. There's a lot of people that are having some problems with employment, all that other stuff. Let's do the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Would be great for this, actually. I like the Heaven and Earth Tarot. As you can tell from my favorite decks of 2020 video, where I sort of walk through that. I still need to make another video on stuff that I have on pre-order. because I'm waiting. You know, the worst pre-order I have by far is the Oz Tarot. So apparently that person is having all sorts of issues because I think they posted their medication. They're on some antidepressant, and they posted that on their Kickstarter updates. They're showing their antidepressants on the Kickstarter. That's a new one. I've never seen that before. So that is that's brand new. That's brand new for me. Have not seen it. All right. Let's see, what was the question? Better opportunity in January. Well, now, the King of Swords says you're going to have to take some command. You have a king and a knight. Sort of interesting. It's almost like that somebody has some good news for you. They're sort of bringing in the news because you do have sort of the Queen as well, Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very good business person. This is somebody that knows what they're doing. They're not hesitating or anything like that. I think that you have some lady that is going to be interviewing you and definitely sort of wants to get something started as far as that's concerned. So you have a woman coming into your life. They want to offer you something. You know, don't go there. They want to offer you something. They have some opportunities or something like that for you. I think you learned this from one of a mutual friend or somebody that has sort of that feeling of you know a friend of a friend, or you know a person that knows a person type feel. You end up getting in contact with this particular person, and they have an offer for you, maybe a job, maybe something else, but they have an offer for you sort of coming in and coming into the scenario. So this is something that is a bit anticipated. In other words, I think you see it coming from a distance. It's not like it just doesn't blindside you or anything like that. I think you see it coming from a distance. You sort of feel something's up. There's a little bit of, a little bit of intuition sort of kicks in with all of that. And that knight says you definitely want to get started on something. And there is the opportunity sort of sitting in front of you as far as going in and getting into this. Now, this is interesting, sort of what we have over here with this whole disappointment thing. I think there's a lot of chance of you losing the opportunity. So you got to be sort of careful, go in, know what you're doing, do some definite planning. I definitely don't want to wing it, because winging it ends up making some bad impression, and you don't want to make the bad impression because it's a good opportunity. So definitely sort of do some research beforehand, find out what is the opportunity about, and sort of go in knowledgeable and go into where you're a bit prepared. You got notes and you make a good impression, because again, this is sort of a once thing, and if you flunk it, you're not going to be able to get it again. So there you go. Right, it is that better opportunity indeed. The woman brings the opportunities. There you go. I guess it will work if you're doing a medication themed depressant deck. I don't know what's going on with that one, but that was supposed to be delivered in like October, and now they're talking about February. So that is quite a delay. Apparently their printer is delaying them and a bunch of other stuff. Man, that's kind of, I mean, if you're going to go on Kickstarter, you definitely have to research beforehand. Boo-boo. Men and women. You still got the buttery muffin. It is the legend of the buttery muffin. Chrislyn, thank you for joining us tonight. Keziah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's see about the buttery muffins. You know what? It is attractive. A buttery muffin is an attractive muffin. I'm just saying now, if you have a good buttery muffin, that is really all that you need in life. All right, the Wonderland, or the Tarot in Wonderland, not the Wonderland Tarot. I think I've called this the Wonderland Tarot almost every freaking time. Almost every time I end up doing this, calling it the Wonderland Tarot for whatever random reason. All right. By the way, CM, I made the sun card. I have it all planned out. So tomorrow, CM, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will have it ready on my Instagram. Keep an eye on that. By the way, if you're not on my Instagram and you like art, you like tarot cards, I make a new tarot card almost every day lately. So go to my Instagram. It will be up here in the rotating thing in a minute. It's the Tarot Oracle. Okay. Let's see, men and women attracted to me. What is causing all of that stuff? Oh, man. I mean, you do have the Seven of Wands. You're not defensive. You're open. You know what I mean? The defensive card is sort of reversed. You're open. I think you're an open book. And people see this open book, and they like your bluntness. They like your ability to express your feelings. You don't hold things back. You're not full of secrets. You're not going to just turn on them and just go rogue or something like that. I think they know what they see is what they get. That's a valuable asset. That is a valuable asset, because a lot of times people just have all sorts of stuff going on. You have no idea what the hell they're thinking because they're lying. They got games. You feel like something's just up with the whole thing. And I don't think that's you at all. I think what you see with Boo Boo is literally what you get with that. And you sort of feel that with a 9, though, right? It sort of feels like that what you do get is, or what you see is what you get. But I think people abuse that a little too much. They'll go a little bit too far with that. I think they take it a little bit too friendly. I think they'll tell you a little bit too much. I think that they get you embroiled in drama that you don't need to be in, so it feels like they're just a little bit too intense sometimes with all of that. And, as part of that is going to be the 4 of Cups, where you're going to end up getting people that you just don't want, but you really don't want to let them go. You know what I mean? So you get them, you don't want to be rude, but they're a pain in your ass. So you get that feel where, okay, you're a pain in my butt. I really don't want to deal with you anymore, but I really don't want to be rude and just tell you to F off. So I think you try to sort of soft negotiate getting rid of them, or soft negotiate minimizing your exposure and all that stuff, right? And the 5 of Pentacles reverses, a lot of times you just can't get that done. So people are attracted to your kindness, your niceness, because you're like one of the kindest person in the world. You're really nice. I think your heart is always in the right place. You always have some good feelings to sort of go around. You're willing to help people that are down. I mean, you have all of these qualities that people just want to be around, and people want to get that energy. But sometimes, again, they'll abuse it, and they'll take too much of that energy. And I don't think that's a good thing for anybody. So there you go. All right. Keziah wants to know, by the way, that is the last, Keziah is going to be the last one. We're ending soon. Where's my ending soon thing? We're ending soon, Keziah. Keziah wants to know, does E have love feelings to me? Let's see about that. See about E. I assume not the entertainment channel. Does E have feelings for me? Towards me? Let's see about that. What's a good feelings towards me deck? I'm thinking if I were feelings, I would want to be the beautiful, gorgeous Elemental Wisdom Tarot. This is such a great deck. This is such a great deck. Same people that did the Dark, okay, that one wants to be in the reading. The same people that did the Dark Mansion Tarot. By the way, CM, you will really love the Sun card. I think I had a Bob Ross happy accident on the Sun card. I was in Photoshop, and I made a gradient, and I forgot to set the color that I wanted, and so I accidentally did a different color. And the different color looked so freaking good. I was like, what? That is beautiful. So I'm sticking with that. And so I didn't change it. I left it as is, even though it was an accident. It's such a beautiful color for the Sun card. Because I was going to put a blue sky and then the sun. It was so generic. And I had this deep, dark, rich orange I just accidentally had selected from something else. And I just streamed it over the card, and it looked just so pretty. So I think it's good. That Sun card is going to be awesome. Anyway, let's see about this. So do we have love feelings to me? Well, we got Strength again. Page of Swords, the Empress. I think they do have some feelings for you, but it is horrifically complex. I think this person is very, very complex. So much so that it's just onto the ludicrous side, where it's just almost comical. I think that they have a lot of stuff that they want, a lot of stuff that they're trying to do, a lot of stuff that they want to do, a lot of stuff that they're sort of multitasking in. Again, this is somebody that has multiple layers upon multiple layers of complexity. Strength says they do want interaction with you. They like being around you. Basically, they want to be around you. They like being around you. Strength is a good one. It is about taming the Taming the Lion. It is also sort of a relaxed card. It is a connection card. We have a good connection, but there is sort of this unequal treatment or this weird treatment with that. Now, the Ten of Swords, it almost like that maybe you were together before or you had some interaction before that was sort of cut off. Maybe they're trying to get an interaction cut off for that they have currently, and that's sort of making it more complex. But the Page of Coins says whatever they do, when they do have an interaction with you, when they want to sort of get around you, they think that it's important for it to be a stable thing and not something temporary. So if I'm going to dive in, if I'm going to go full in with Keziah, then I want it to be something that's going to be long lasting and sort of permanent thing. I don't think that they're sort of in a mode where they want to do temporary. Lee, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The Empress, bottom line, the Empress says, be careful with this particular person. Just be careful with them. You know what I mean? Again, there's complexity upon complexity upon complexity. You're not going to see something and it'd be like, you know, boo-boo, like where what you see is what you get. This is not what you see is not what you're getting with this particular person. So I think that they have a lot of different masks that they wear based upon who they're talking to or sort of how it's going. But anyway, definitely be cautious with this particular person. All right. And Lee, thank you for your donation. Cappy, thank you for your other donation. Does he want to reconcile? Lee, do they want to reconcile or not? Let's see about that. Oops. Reconcile. All right. Let's see. Reconciliation. Is it on the table? Is it on the table? All right. Let's see how it goes by using the Gilded Tarot Royale. Whoa. Cappy, does Aquarius has another person other than wife and me? So this person is married, and so it's married and you got a relationship with them, and they're also married and you want to know if they got another person as well? Cappy, am I understanding that correctly? Or are you married to this person, Cappy? Is this your spouse? Cappy, let me know. Let me know, Cappy. You do ask about the Aquarius. We need to find out this information. All right, let's see about reconciliation is possible or not. The Three of Wands, the Emperor, and Judgment. Seems like they moved on. I mean, we get a sort of a move on feel. When you see Judgment in here, it does have that moving on feel. We're sort of moving on. We're sort of getting something new started. Judgment is sort of the reincarnation, rebirth, sort of getting out and getting something else done. That's sort of reinforced with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is looking out across the land, across the sea, and trying to find something else. Trying to move on to something else, trying to find other opportunities as we go. The Ten of Swords, we have a termination, we have a quit, we have a stop point in a particular matter, and we have decided to move on after that. So the stop point has occurred. We're sort of through that stop point. We're on to the next target. The next target is something that we're looking for moving on. The Emperor says that they do get they have gotten into a mode of, I need to be in command. I need to be in charge of this. I don't really want something where somebody else is in charge. I need to sort of take command and do something with this. And at the reincarnation, the newer opportunities, the newer connections that are sort of waiting out there, I think are attractive to them. So it seems like they just moved on. If you're looking for a reconciliation, they're really in the move on phase, sort of getting into something new, something different and whatnot. So there you go. All right, yeah, the Three of Wands really puts a stopping point on a reconciliation, at least for now. Sort of, you know, what else is out there? What else is going on? All right, last reading of the night, Cappy. Cappy gets it. He's married. We're friends so far. All right, Cappy. He be cheating. Let's see about that. He be chatting. I mean, he could be chatting. He be cheating. Is that going to be a thing? Let's find out. What's a good he be cheating deck? This might hurt. Everybody loves the This Might Hurt tarot. He be cheating indeed. We are friends so far. Does he have something else going on with that? Let's see. We do have some defined he be cheating cards. That is for sure. Got a 3 of cups. Got that old 7 of swords. That 7 of swords is just problematic at the end of the day. I'm just saying. 8 of cups. Oh, 8 of cups. It is looking like a 10 of swords. I think he be cheating indeed. Okay, before we do this though, entertainment purposes only. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. I think he be cheating. The 7 of swords is the defined, if you read my book, you watched my videos, the 7 of swords is the defined he be cheating card. All we need is a little bit of that 3 of cups action next to it. And we would definitely have that. We would definitely have that he be cheating feel. But yeah, 7 of swords is the defined, the definitive he be cheating card. 10 of swords is almost like they're thinking of just stopping stuff, though. I think they're sort of trying to stop it. I think they figured out they got in over their head, no pun intended, and they're trying to stop at the 10 of swords because they know it's going to end up stabbing them in the back. We're going to have some different problems with that. So I think they're end up trying to leave more or less, right? The 8 of cups, a little bit of a leave thing. You do have sort of a leaving, exiting thing here. You have a leaving, exiting thing here. They're trying to get out of it as fast as they possibly can. The Emperor, they definitely made some mistakes along the way, and they're sort of learning from the mistakes. They're sort of trying to get back into the mode where they have more of a command of everything. They don't want to be juggling too much at once. And I think that they're in that position where they're juggling too much at once. They're trying to get out of the situation. But, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes it's difficult to get out of something. Once you open Pandora's box, it is indeed difficult to close. You know what I mean? Anyway, that is the last reading. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And we will see you tomorrow night.
We used to be fun.